welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. It's Kim. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this story time. And yeah, let's get right into it. Wait. We got our brew Dr. Kombucha, organic brew Dr. Kombucha, and it's the ginger lemon, of course, because it matches. Okay, so I need to open it because it's a short story time, but it can easily get long. Girl, I don't think I've tried this brand before, but it has Peruvian ginger, lemon, and green tea, and it's so cute. It tells you, like, on the side, fruity, spicy, floral, herbal, and it tells you the levels. Cute. We love that here. Okay, let's open it. Okay, girl, I like this. We'll be buying this again. This is so nice. I can't believe I waited so long to try this. Okay, y'all, don't mind this little setup. I just didn't want to be over there by the window and shit. But today I'm back with another story time, and it's about the worst date ever. The ghettoest date. I mean, not the ghettoest date, but like it's up there. So I think at the time I was like 18 or 19, and I was 18 or 19, and I remember thinking to myself, like, well, let me give guys a shot. Like, let me fairly start dating guys. Like, so I started going on dates. This is when Tinder was starting to pop off, okay? And what ended up happening was I was on there swiping right, swiping left, swiping right, swiping left, swiping right, swiping left, right? And so I finally came up on this guy. I came up on this guy, and I was like, okay, he's okay, and okay. So I decided to give him a shot. Stupid. I swiped right, we started having a conversation. I really wish I had the screenshots from back then, because I really don't remember how the conversation went. I think I was just like dating, like, you know, when you're just like dating, because at the time I was still like trying to figure out my sexuality. And I just wanted to date. I wanted to just see what was out there. I wanted to see if I like girls more, if I like guys more. I just was exploring, you know, dibble, a little dabble, a little dib, a little dab. So after that, we conversate, and I remember him asking me out or whatever, and I was like, yeah, sure. Okay, so at the time I was staying with family, with my stepmom, my dad, like my whole family. And so they had known that I was like, obviously they knew that I was just like dating, I think. I don't know. Anyway, so I was dating or whatever. I was dating around. I remember telling my stepmom, like, hey, this guy's gonna come by, I have a date with him. I don't think I really told her like where I met him from, like, you know. So I remember him coming by, and I remember telling my stepmom beforehand, because obviously you can't just be having people show up at, you know, at their house. So I told her, and she was like, oh, okay, you got a little date or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. She a little nosy, and I'm like, yeah, I'm telling her what I can tell her, what I know. So I went ahead and I told her when the date was gonna be, and then yeah, that's what I did. Okay, I think it was a weekend, came back around. It was time for date time, right? Okay, I'm already like, okay, I'm getting myself situated. All right, smelling real good. Okay, and we're getting ready to like head out, and yeah, I just cannot be bothered. Like, being young with no guidance is literally the worst. Like, don't judge me, y'all. Like, I was young and you would think, like, you know, you're like, oh, well, you have your stepmom there, you have your dad. Like, no, I was literally exploring life by myself because you're homophobic. So I was literally just exploring life by myself, like trying to figure out what I am, what I'm doing. And like, when I have kids, I don't ever want them to feel like that. Like, I want them to feel like you can come, you can talk to me, you can express to me how you feel, you can, like, I want, because it's like, what sense does it make in you, like, why are you not treating your kids like people? They're people, they're little people. Communicate with them. Anyways, that's just a side note, because I'm thinking about how left this is about to go and like how this could have been avoided. But yeah, so I went ahead and told her she was, the day came around, I went ahead and I was like, okay, this is my address, come by. Someone was like, take a picture of his license plate, and I was like, okay. When he came in the house, he met her, and okay, everything is good, right? He met her, took a picture of his license plate, I sent it to my friends and I sent it to her. Okay, he was light skinned with curly hair. I think he was mixed with black and white, I don't know. So irritated thinking about this story. Okay, so then after that, he went ahead and he came. He was respectable, he had manners, he spoke to my stepmom. She like, okay, I like him, he got manners. Everybody's like, okay, he cool. All right, cool, right? Cool. I didn't get any weird feeling. I was just kind of like chilling, like I was vibing, because I am dating. I am 19 and I am dating. I'm just trying to mind my business and I'm just dating. That is it. So we ended up getting in the car, and like I said, I sent people his license plate and stuff like that. And then I went ahead and we got in his car. Okay, ladies, like, I know if you are however old you are, because you'll be surprised, there's a lot of older people that don't know this, and I learned the hard way. But if you're watching this video and you're trying to go on a date, drive yourself. Repeat, drive yourself. Don't hop in nobody's car, because I had to learn the hard way. I know it's not the worst, but it's the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be able to dip out and get your shit and leave real quick. You do not want to be sitting here waiting on somebody. You do not put yourself in that position. Do not put yourself in that position. Drive yourself. Ask a friend. Like, figure it out if you're really trying to go on this date. Because do not hop in nobody's car. And because think about it, like, it's almost like if you're trying to go fight somebody and they were like, yo, come to my crib. Like, you don't know what they can do to you. You don't know what they can. That's the same thing. You're now on their territory. So don't put yourself in that position. Do not put yourself in that position, okay? Because I did at 19 and that shit was scary, okay? So what ended up happening was, got in his car, he's driving, we're talking. It's okay, it's all right. Like, I'm literally like, okay, we had agreed to go to the movies, so cool, right? What could go wrong at the movies, right? What could go wrong at the movies? It's the movies. How much shit can you do at the movies? I mean, I know you can do a lot of shit, but how much shit can you do at the movies? You pay for the ticket and you walk in. Right? Okay. So, went ahead and we're driving. I'm like, okay, so we're going to the movies. Alright, cool. He wanted to go to, we had one up the street, but he wanted to go to another location. Red flag, number how much, just like the third red flag. Okay, so I'm like, okay, cool, because our little town was like boring or whatever, and I wanted to just get out. Like, I wanted to just like see different things. So I was like, sure. It was probably like 5, 6 o'clock. It was like 6, 7 o'clock, honestly. And it was dark because I remember it was like getting dark, but like we were gonna make the movie. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't remember what we were gonna see because I'm really not a big movie fanatic. Like, I really hate when I hate movies like that, and I hate when movies are like, what's it called? Like, I hate when movies are like the first date. Like, I hate that. Like, I can't do that. Like, it's given high school, it's given childish. Like, I don't like that. I never liked it, but now I'm older and I'm like, I really don't like it. Like, we're not doing that. So ended up driving. We're driving. He's like, okay, he keeps driving and he passed the movie theater that's in my town. So I'm like, okay, whatever. He's like, oh, I need to go to the bank because he forgot money. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, why didn't you get the money beforehand, right?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
But at the same time, I'm in his car. I'm just kind of like going with the flow, like chilling, dumb. But I'm like, let's see how this is gonna go. Let's see how this is gonna go. So, you know, we pulled up. I think it was a Wells Fargo. We pulled up to Wells Fargo, and he's like in the little area or whatever. I'm thinking this man's getting his little money out, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, he's getting money out to pay for our little shindig, right? Right. The ghetto. Literally, like, all my stories, I mean, they're not that ghetto, but they're like right there, you know? They're like a couple notches away from being extremely ghetto. Like, literally, like, if you just leaped a little more, it would have been really ghetto, right? So we ended up, we're driving still, and I think we're getting ready to go to, like, you know, in the movie theaters, they're closed. You know, movie theaters when they're close to like a David Buster's or something like that. I'm like, okay, I think we're getting ready to go to like a mall, so it's like big or whatever. We had a movie theater that was up the street, but we also had another one that was like, you drive a couple miles and you end up at the mall. And so that's kind of like, I didn't go over there often, but like I wanted to get out and do things, so that's why I was dating. So we ended up going to, he got his money and we ended up, he kept driving. He got his money and he kept driving or whatever. Cool. I'm still knowing where we are. I'm still paying attention. We're still talking. We're vibing. Whatever, right? We're driving. We're still driving. We're still driving. Okay. We're still driving, right? Okay, like, I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, we're just vibing, whatever. At the time, I don't know if this is relevant or irrelevant, but like I said, at the time I was 19, I was working 2 jobs, and I just kind of wanted to be out, you know? But this is where you have to take, I'm gonna explain at the end, like, why this came into play. But he got to the movie theater and he was like, okay. So I'm like waiting for both of us to get out the car, right? I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to sort myself out, get my purse back on so we can get out the car. He's still in the car, so I'm like, oh, what's going on? He's like, here's the money. I'm like, it sounds like a drug transaction. Like, he's literally like, here's the money. And I'm like, nigga, I'm literally like, what are you talking about? Some here's the money. Like, you're supposed to come in with me to pay for it. What are you talking about? So at this point, he done pulled me out of my little bubble. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, what do you mean here's the money? You asked me out on this date. Why are you giving me the money? We're supposed to walk in. Because how I picture it going is, you get out the car, open the door. I would like for you to open the door for me, but if you don't, girl, whatever. We go in to the car, we go into the movie theater, and We go into the movie theater, right? And what happens? You pay the people then, you get the tickets, we go sit down. We go sit down and watch the movie. What are you talking about? Here's the money. He's trying to slide me the money. This is looking like more of a drug transaction. So I'm just like, what are you talking about? So he ended up, he's like, oh. So how he was parked was, he was like parked where you can kind of see that door where you can kind of like go in to the movie theater. So when I was in high school, I never really went to the movies like that because, like I said, I really don't like movies. So yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about. So we ended up, he parked back where you can see, I guess you can kind of see the door to go into the movie theater. This man says, here's the money, go inside, pay for the ticket, and sneak me in through the back. I didn't know what I signed up for. He literally was just like, go inside, pay for the ticket, and sneak me through the back. I'm looking at him like, no.
Does that sound like something you want?
It is.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it.
I'm not doing it. So I told him, no, I'm not doing it. And so he's like, no, come on. I'm like, no. Now, looking back at it, I think he had a couple screws loose. Looking back at it in hindsight, I really think he was like I'm gonna keep going with the story. So he ended up saying that, so he's like, okay, I guess he didn't have enough money or something. And I don't know because I think I offered to pay for my ticket or something, because I literally was just like ready for it to be over. I didn't have a plan. I was just young and dumb. I was just trying to go out and have a little fun. Dumb shit. So he ended up pulling off. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm texting my friends and updating them on what's going on. He's driving. I think he's driving. I'm knowing where we are. It gets really dark all of a sudden. I don't know where we are. It gets really dark to where there's no street lights. At this point, it's like 8-9 o'clock, right? I'm looking like, okay, where are we? I'm trying not to freak out because at this point, everything is like sinking in. Like, you know, when you're like, you're here now. Like, you're here. Like, everything that is now going on is registering. Like, everything that you did not see before is now clicking. Like, now you're like, oh shit. Like, you're literally like,
Stupid. You're not smart. You're not smart.
freaking out because you're like, girl, what the hell? What is going on? Like, you're thinking everything is just coming to you all at once. This was one of those. Wait a minute. This is not Eden. The math is not mathing. We're not on my route to going home. So where are we going? We pulled up to a house. Oh my God. We pulled up to a house. I'm like, it was a nice big house, and y'all, this is such a dangerous story. This is so, don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me. I was young and dumb, really young and really dumb. He pulled up to a house. It was nice and big. It had lights. Had a couple cars in the driveway. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is a nice house. Okay. And like, you would think he's like telling me stuff along the way of what's going on, but no. I think when we're like 5 minutes, because I think I was like asking, I don't think I was necessarily asking, but I think I was just like, okay, we're going back home, right? Like, you're taking me back home because we didn't go see the movies. I think I was just like, it's fine, we can schedule for another time. But I was like, we can schedule for another time. He was never gonna see me again. But yeah, at this point, I was ready to get off the ride. It was a roller coaster, and I was ready to go. Like, I was ready to just go. I know you're probably like, why did you not call somebody to come pick you up? Okay, well, I'm gonna explain that later. But what ended up happening was we was in the car, and I'm like, okay, why we here? He's like, oh, I need to go get something really quickly. What are you getting? We're not going to the movies. Nothing is happening. Take me home. I don't want to be here with you no more. So he went in there, and I think he went to go get some snacks or something. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was snacks. I think he went to get some type of snacks. And I'm looking at him like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? Alright, so after that, he comes back in the car. Yes, I was dumb enough to stay in the car because it was like 8 o'clock at night and I didn't know where I was. Yes. I should have called my family, but they were gonna look at me like I was dumb. So I was just trying to ride it out. Yes, dummy shit. Yep. So he got back in the car, and I'm updating my friends. Like, I'm still communicating, telling what's going on. And we ended up, he comes in, I'm playing it cool, he pulls off, we're, you know, driving, whatever. I don't know where. Like I said, we're driving, the lights are, like, it's still lights. Now it's lights. Okay. I don't know where it gets really dark again. And I'm like, what? Where are we? What is going on?
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail. Period.
It's still dark. It's getting dark. It's scary. Just ended up swerving the car into a park. But at the time, I'm like, where are we? Get me out of, like, at this point, because now I'm like hanging on, right? I'm like, okay, you're gonna take me home now. Like, I'm still having hope, like an idiot. Like, I'm still having hope and faith, like a fool. Stupid. Like, I'm really still believing in this dude to take me home, like an idiot.
Stupid.
He swerves, and like, I'm talking about, you know, when you're like driving down, like, it was like a one-way street, right? And those houses that be like on the side, and it's like one of those houses, and think about, like, you can almost crash because of how quick you have to swerve into it. That's how it was. That's how it was with the park. And so I get up, and I'm looking around like, what the hell? So I'm freaking out. I'm like, no, take me home, no. He was like, no, let's lay here, look at the stars and chill.
Full thinking. Yeah. You're a dreamer. You dream a lot in your sleep.
No, take me home. I'm ready to go, okay? And so he ended up, he's like, okay, I think he starts freaking out. Like, not freaking out, but you can tell, like, he's like, oh shit, like, she's not chilling no more. Because I'm like, nigga, I've been chilling with you this whole time. We pulled up to the movies. You did not want to pay for the damn movie tickets, or you had money for one. Why did we pull up to a Wells Fargo if you didn't have money for 2 tickets? Why did you ask me to go on a date if you didn't have money for 2 tickets? What? So at this point, everything is sinking in. I'm getting upset. So we ended up, he starts driving or whatever, and it's quiet, and she drops me back home, and everything is good, right? And so everything is good, fine, whatever. I'm traumatized because I'm like, I'm telling my friends about it and we're laughing about it, but like, now that I'm older, like I said, that's why I have a lot of story times, because now I'm older and everything is really sinking in. Like, bitch, that really happened. Like, that really, you ever get like that? Like, everything is starting to sink in to what happened. Now you're like adding, you're just adding stuff together. So he ended up dropping me off, thinking of giving him a hug, and I like ran in the house. Don't know why I gave him a hug. I was just being nice. But I basically like ran in the house. I was telling my friends about it, and they were like, are you okay? Like, is that? I'm like, I'm okay, and I'm just trying to make light of the situation. And my stepmom was like, how was the date? And I was like, it was okay or whatever. She was like, oh, he seems like a really nice guy. She's delusional, because he's not. And I didn't explain to her what happened. Like, I didn't explain to her how it really went, of course. Like, and after that, he hit me up, I think. I didn't respond. I blocked him right away because that shit was scary. My heart's going pitter-patter.
That was fucking scary. My heart's going pitter-patter, pitter-patter. I feel sick like...
It was scary, and I was just not gonna go through that anymore. I didn't want you talking to me anymore. And that's scary because you knew where I live, right? So I remember I was off at school, and I was going to community college. So I was just like, you know, a couple minutes away. Came home, and my stepmom was like, oh, like, this was a while. Like, it had to be, I didn't speak to this guy for like a year or two. So it was a while. She was like, oh, your friend showed up. So I'm talking about that shit. It's creepy. That's creepy. That is creepy. That is scary. I'm just getting that eerie feeling just thinking about it. That is creepy, okay? Why are you showing up to my house? So, because she don't know nothing, obviously, because I didn't say nothing. You know, it's not really her fault. But she was just like, oh, your friend showed up. And this is 2 years later, he shows up, and he's basically like, oh, he was talking about like how he's getting ready to, he was in his uniform, and I think he's going off to the army. And I'm like, and I still didn't say nothing because I'm like, that nigga is crazy. And I didn't say nothing. And I just I probably just said like something like, oh, okay, yeah, I think he's a little off in the head. She was like, yeah, I think he's a little off in the head. Like, why did he come here? Like, you guys haven't talked, right? And I was like, yeah, we haven't talked. So, yeah, he showed up asking for me as if we communicated, as if we kept in touch. That shit's creepy. Yeah, that's what happened. Now, for what I've learned from this, now looking back at it, is so much. I've learned so much. I've learned to not go in people's cars when it's like a first date or any date, because I don't really know you like that because you're a stranger. I've also learned to put my ego aside. Like, I should have called, like at the movies, I should have basically got out of the car and just go wait in the lobby at the movies and call a family member to come and get me. But at the time, like, my stepmom, she was sick and all this other stuff, so she wasn't gonna come and get me. But I should have gotten out of the car and figured it out. I should have went to the movies and just figured it out from there. In all honesty, that's what I should have did, because it could have really went left. Now looking back at it, it was just so scary, because you guys, it was pitch black. Like, I literally did not know what's gonna happen next. It was really pitch black. So looking back at it, that's really scary. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend to a friend. What else? And to just stay off Tinder, honestly. Like, it's not necessarily so bad because I met my girlfriend off of a dating website, but not Tinder, but I met her off of a dating website. But I just would say stay off of it. You don't know these people from Adams. Don't meet up with people. If you're meeting up with them, if you just have to meet up with people, and it's like, I know you don't want people in your business, or you just kind of want to be on your grown woman shit, you know, but don't. I'm not saying you can't be on your grown woman shit. I'm just saying, you have to look out for your safety first, right? Because if you don't get other people involved in what's going on, then they're not gonna know what's going on. So how can they help you? So just go ahead and let your friends know, let your family members know. Take a picture of the license plate. Make sure you look at the license plate, because people is weird out here. I even sent them a picture of what he looked like. Like, I sent them a picture of what his profile picture looked like. So go ahead and do that, and just take all the steps you need to stay safe out here. Make sure you carry I carry a knife on me, I carry my taser on me, I carry spray pepper on me. Carry all the things you need in these situations. Meeting up with strangers online, and the most important thing is don't get in anybody's car. Do not do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I got to learn this experience at 19, and now I don't do it because some people have not learned this experience, or maybe something like this has happened to them but they didn't catch it to not do it again, and so they continue to do these things, and it might not work out how it did for me, if that makes sense. So I'm here to tell you, it was a dumb move on my part, but we've all been there when we're in some type of sus situation. So just try to stay safe and just, you know, protect you, because you're all you got. So protect you, inform people of who this person is. I know you don't want nobody in your business. Take a picture and send it to a friend. Do your research on them. There's Google, okay? Do your research on them. You can probably find them on Facebook. Everybody on Facebook and Instagram. And so yeah, just do all your extensive research to stay safe. But yeah, you guys, so that was the story time of my worst Tinder date ever. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you liked this video. Please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up if you do. If you want more story times from me, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe for more story times. Turn on that bell notification, okay? Turn it on. All right, and I'll have another video ready for you guys to watch. All right, bye. See you in my next video.